Hi, it's Heinävesi here. For those of you who watch the channel regularly, you would have seen a while back I put out a video called My Week in Finland with Mike Keneally, which documents our performances in and around East Finland, mostly in outdoor locations. We also performed in a few public venues as well. We had a really good time, and afterwards we got talking about doing an album together, so we decided that's what we were going to do. So this year, in between schedules and timetables, we managed to record an album called Space Nordic, which is out on Bandcamp. And for those of you who want to check it out, you will find the link in the description section underneath this video. So this album really captures the spirit of our visit to Finland last year. I wanted to try to revive that spirit in the music and the improvisations. The album features Mike using his Lava Drops, a fretless guitar. So some of you may have seen in the video, Mike was performing with this instrument. It's a beautiful instrument, wonderful sound, and we've managed to get that sound really sort of full and big on the album. And I'm playing an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar, and my friend Miles Bold, who is a superb percussionist. He's played with people like Sting and Level 42. I mean, it's just an extensive list. Mike's done some wonderful things with his fretless guitar. He's overdubbed certain parts, and he's really thought about it in a composerly way. You know, it's not just I'm playing it solo, I'm sort of building a composition at the same time. So there's some really interesting musical moments on this album where you hear Mike exploring the instrument. This is a really important research inquiry for me, because apart from playing with Mike, this visit to Finland was also part of a research project I'm working on. I've just finished an article that I'm about to submit called The Landscape Musician, and I'll talk more about this later on in another video. But just as an overview, it really is an investigation into how I perform in an informal space. So it's not the same as playing in a theater or a concert hall or a bar or a club, wherever it may be, where you have your instruments on stage, you have your musician friends, your band, you have an audience. There are certain behavior settings that take place, and it informs the way you play. And I wanted to try to play differently. And I thought if I remove myself from that behavior set and into something that's completely contrasting, like playing outdoors or playing on a frozen lake or playing on a covered bridge in Switzerland, maybe it would give me the perceptual shift that I need in order to play something different. Of course, you have to also be conscious of what you do as a player, and you have to relinquish certain learned practices, techniques, because these all become musical habits, and musical habits are inbuilt to the memory. It's like if you're gonna play these things, you're not responding spontaneously to the environment. So not having the time restrictions, not having to perform in front of an audience, having to fulfill expectations of an audience, it's just me and nature. So I had the freedom to do that and really respond to it and try to play something for the first time. That was in a sort of impressionistic response to the environment. And that was extended when I performed with Mike in that collaborative situation there, where we were both responding to varying degrees to the environment. For this album, I wanted to capture the feel that we had when we performed in those beautiful outdoor locations in Finland. It's a very difficult thing to do because it's never the same. Obviously, being in the here and the now, performing, collaborating, is the sort of essence of the performance. And when you try to replicate that in the form of a recording, it's never quite the same. It goes back to this idea that was put forth many years ago by Walter Benjamin about the mechanical reproduction of art, how it's disembodied from its original source. If you replicate it into a physical medium, it's kind of the disembodiment. There's a detachment. However, I don't really consider this album to be the end point or the encapsulation of the whole event. I see it simply as a record of events and an opportunity for people to listen to it and to create their own impression of the music. Mike is a true improviser. He's not afraid to make mistakes. He takes a lot of risks, and he's always open to learning new things. And I found this quite inspiring, actually. And you know, he's a successful musician, and he's collaborating with musicians that are not as successful, which is unusual because people who are successful, they tend to only collaborate with other people who are successful. You know, if you're not part of that club, if you're not in that syndicate, Mike is not like that at all. He's really, you know, if he can learn from a musical experience, it doesn't matter who you are, he's all in. And it seems to me that he's the same with whoever he's collaborating with. So that was a really nice thing to experience and to encounter. In this video, I've put together a collection of footage that didn't make it to the first video, My Week in Finland with Mike Keneally. Matter of fact, there's hours and hours of footage. And I would love to show it to you all, but I just don't think there'd be enough time. And so what I've done, I've gone through some of the video, some of the footage, and I've put together sort of Mike talking about music, little jams that we have here and there, and just some other stuff that I thought would be interesting to include in this video. And at the very end, I give a live performance of the final track on Space Nordic called Aftermath. I would say live performance, really it's me playing it here in this little alcove studio. And so I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I guess initially for us today, because this is the first time we've met, and fortunately we share a similar musical language. You know, we have similar tastes, and I think there was just a kind of connection musically of what we played. When I played certain chords, you understood what went with that, the rhythms that I played, and vice versa. I think, you know, so it was kind of. That was easy to navigate.
Yeah, there was zero struggle that I could sense. You know, it felt, you know, alarmingly natural. I wasn't visualizing any specific outcome. It was just one choice is just as valid as another. In some ways, it was communication. It was a conversation. So, I was enthralled by the whole process, actually.
Sure.
And also, it can always be surprising to go back and think that maybe something wasn't particularly inspired, but then the authenticity of it is what puts it across.
I think so.
Makes it interesting.
Yeah, the imperfections and the hesitancies and uncertainties that happen momentarily. This is what makes it quite exciting, isn't it? And another thing I was going to say as well, I remember, is sometimes when you're performing these, because I've done it a few times now. I was here in March, and I went to Switzerland, and I did some in South Wales, and sometimes you can really zone out, and you can play things that it's easier to do when you're on your own, because you're not you don't have to worry about making harmonic sense necessarily.
Sure.
When you've got another musician. So when you're playing on your own, you have a little bit more latitude to experiment, and that can be interesting as well. And sometimes you're playing and you play some very dissonant notes. You say, well, I wonder what happens if I put my fingers this way, or what if I follow this note by another note. You make a mistake, and that note that you consider to be a mistake informs the next thing you play and takes you someplace else that you wouldn't have gone if you hadn't made that mistake.
Sure.
Excuse me. So, yeah, you're right. I think having those you have to not think about it too much either, and just sort of.
There's no second chance to make a first impression, and there's no second opportunity to have an encounter with somebody for the first time. That is what it is. It is that moment. I had a visualization, an idea of what might happen today, and none of what happened was anything like what I thought it was going to be, and that's great. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Fun.
I guess the most significant thing for me is the opportunity to, and the space to find yourself as a musician within a different space, a different location, without distractions. That has been one of the main things I've been keen to experience since the very beginning of this research. And today was another opportunity to experience that, and encounter a musician who also shared that experience with me. Kind of rounds it off really nicely, actually. But yeah, the idea is to search for a meaningful music experience in an outdoor location. Not just any outdoor location, but one that's unique and special.
Mm-hmm.